All right, yeah, I guess I can recap here. So, it has been 2 days since you were left on your own. The first night, you created a quick shelter and rested. The next day, you guys explored a bit, found the stream, decided to move your camp there. A turkey got hunted and was eaten, and a deer was hunted unsuccessfully. But you did scavenge some roots and leaves and had a nice meal together. Also, several pointed sticks were made. Low quality spears. You obtained a fox skin, feathers of a turkey, and yes, 11 spears. The following day, Reed trapped a squirrel and a marmot, and those got cooked up. Reed ate one of them himself and shared the other. They were cooked well again by Razius. Let's see, Katrin told Reed that they decided everyone else should search for flowers or food while Reed built the shelter. Reed agreed to build the shelter with multiple beds, but not multiple shelters. Razius climbed a tree and saw a darker, thicker area of the forest some ways to the south that might be a sign of a more corrupt area, which might be a sign of somewhere you might find the Pixie Tears. You guys moved over to the stream, so walked out there. Reed asked for a ton of firewood and then left to go do things. So the party gathered firewood and hunted and located some rocks, some special rocks. Quite a bit of firewood was gathered. Reed set up some new traps, and he found his watermelon-sized rock to create a sledgehammer with. The morning's hunt didn't go well, but a little bit of food was gathered. The afternoon, though, Razius managed to find a flat-top rock to cook on, and a bowl-shaped rock, presumably also for cooking. And Oris hunted a small boar, which was quite the find. The boar was skinned and cooked, giving you a day and a half of food. So you ate the day of it and put the half into a skin, tied it up, and hung it up in the tree. Let's see. You smoked the meat a little bit to attempt to preserve it, or at least to, stop it from immediately rotting. And same with the skins. You cleaned them and smoked them lightly so they would at least be kind of disinfected. You also harvested the bones, so you have a boar worth of bones, and then called it a night. But unfortunately, you were woken up in the night to the sound of a sneaking animal in the woods, which turned out to be a great cat. And that is where we left off. Anybody else remember anything important from last session?
No, I think that covers pretty much everything.
Yep. Okay, so I think that's where we are. So we have to deal with this first real potential threat. So if I can invite you over to tactical mode. It's a lot. It is. All right, so beginning our first fantasy dice combat. We'll take it a little easy. The hunting has kind of been combat-esque, so you got some idea of how it works, but get everybody to roll initiative. Initiative is just a demon roll, so demon times d8. You don't need a character sheet to roll things. Oh, that's fair. Yes.
Is it by that number? Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course keep one, right? Oh yeah, you could scale it up if you want. Yeah. Right. So let's see, we've got Katrin at the bottom with a 4, we've got the cat with a 10, we've got Razius with a 9, that's solid. Reed somewhere in the middle, I think. Let's see, Reed with a 7, and where was Oris again? Also a 7, I think.
Yes.
Yes. It's not very spirited.
Yeah, I thought demon was bad, so I was like, I'll just put 1 in there.
Are you going to be working in town?
Well, it's better than somebody who had some 0 rated stats there for a while. That could have been really interesting. Try to scale 0 dice. Alright, so although you managed to get up and at it, the cat has the drop on you. And so rounds are like 3 seconds, I believe.
Well, let me know when you do move.
We're not doing an ambush round. Rounds are 3 seconds. Roll initiative, then we go in initiative order. So during your character's turn, you're going to take a primary action with the movement. So the primary action is going to be to come and pounce on Katrin. Or Oris. Sorry. 2, 3.
And my wife goes in once in a while for work.
And you can move your movement times 4, I want to say, for jogging. I believe that's right. If you want to move faster than that, then it'll actually take up actions. But you get to move up to 4 times your movement for free. Okay, let's...
Mind control.
There you go. There you go. I think you can control them now that I put them on there. Hopefully.
Yes, I can.
Cool.
So yes, it will run in. And that is technically a charge, but let's not get that advanced. We'll just call it a regular attack.
Mike, I believe I
So
told
it
you
moves into position
you were
and
only allowed
attacks.
to move to Lumbee, and that was your only option.
There's always death.
No, there's not death. I will bring you screaming
All right,
back from the abyss.
It's got a 9 on the attack. So yes, you can defend. Well, you could choose not to defend if you want, in which case you'll get hit. Or you could defend by attempting to dodge,
The
parry,
highway to hell
or
passes
block.
directly through London. You can sort of grab people.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
And it, of course, uses one of your actions. Yeah, but you pretty much have to dodge. It would be madness not to.
I know it all. All by heart.
He needs... Well,
I
if we
remember
both
where
get
we left
9s, then we
off.
look at the next highest dice to see who wins. So he
Probably
would need a
not
9
very
and a
good.
6.
The new camp and
Well,
Probably
a 7.
some sort of a wildcat of some kind. Hopefully not some very large domestic cat that we're gonna murder and then
Right, fail to
that's the whole
dodge.
thing, like the baby ghosts all over again if that's the case.
I don't think there's really anything you could have done to improve your
Worry about
odds
the easy
there.
way to go.
Yeah, but it's in the ballpark.
Yeah, I know most of the
It's just we're
things you
doing a
could
favor
do
to
would have
local
been,
wildlife program.
or would have required you to have had a turn and
Have you
stuff,
seen my beloved
or a
kitten,
shield,
Mr. Fluffers?
or
He's
something like
rather
that.
large, but he's adorable.
Or
I haven't
lay
seen him,
low.
but if you would
I mean,
enjoy
potentially, if you had
eating some
had
of this
an opportunity, you could have
wild
like hit
goat
the
we
deck.
have on the
I don't know if
spit
that
right
would have
now.
really helped, though.
Reed literally wearing
Probably
like a
not.
hat made out of it with like the tax of
All right, so it does hit, and it hits right in the 2.
No, you're dead.
The 2 is the right leg, and it inflicts a... I'm trying to remember my wound scale here. I think it goes nasty, grievous, then... Yes, it does.
I don't want any
Superficial's
of those
okay.
wounds.
So you hit a grievous wound to your right leg, which will create a stun, probably. Stun. Where did my trauma go? Nasty wounds, wound severity, grievous wounds, dice roll. Depends how tough you are. Should be on your character sheet, say what the toughness is. It'd be like frail, ordinary, or tough, I believe.
Frail.
You're frail. Oh, yeah, I know.
Hey.
You are stunned.
Uh,
So you can check your stunned condition if you want on the combat page, which will indicate you get negative 1d, or you can just remember. But you've been stunned and taken a grievous wound to the leg. And the grievous wound itself may or may not actually cause any penalties. Let me just double check.
Upper bowling.
141. Nice. I feel like I know all this stuff, but I've never done it, so I feel compelled to like double check here. Yes, it's a negative D as well. So for the next round, you're at negative 2, and then provided you don't get hit again, the stun will wear off, and then you'll just be at negative 1 until you get some sort of healing. And we can figure out what the wound is exactly later, but you've been hit hard in the leg by a cat bite, and it hurts. For its secondary action, I don't think it can really do much of anything. Let me just see. It'll hold its secondary action for a defense later when somebody tries to attack it inevitably. Which will move us on to Razias.
What I remember anyway.
Boar fight. I found my rocks.
What's the important part?
Everything is super important,
It's reflex. Alright.
especially the rocks.
Yeah, so your movement is 3. And then that's your like walking movement. And you can jog
You
up
just
to 4
expect me to
times your
already be an
walking
alchemy,
movement, so 12. About to
All
ask.
this time, huh?
Yes.
Sitting here, doing nothing. Okay, I'm here.
For today anyway, until we figure that out.
She back and everything, it's ready for a fight.
I don't know, looks pretty cute to me.
Lions and bears are cute, they'll still kill you.
Interesting.
You don't
So,
think I've ever
to use
seen a cheetah
magic,
lynx before? I know a cheetah
You
lynx when I
need
see it.
to. Let me open my magic sheet now.
North Vietnamese soldiers are even cuter.
No, that's fine. That's totally
So
cool.
lethal, but cute.
Alright, go to my spell example here and remind myself how this goes. So we negotiate the spell. You describe the spell you want, and you want to increase your speed? Like your reflex?
My combat speed, yes.
Okay. So I determined the base power and the complexity. That seems not terribly complex. We'll call it tricky. And the base power will be 1. Well, no, we'll say the base power is 2, but that gives you a plus 1d. So Now you need to prepare the spell, so you can use up to an action to gather or generate your magic points.
Okay, I'll
So-
do that.
I'm gonna roll on your mana gathering skill, I believe.
Okay, I put that as agility.
Oh, okay, no, let's see. So, generate base magic points. So you take a level of exhaustion, moving from fresh to winded, and a superficial wound, and put 3 magic points in the pool. So yeah, so that was my example. So you get to make magic points equal to your casting stat. What's your casting stat?
Agility.
Agility. Okay. Pattern. Where are we back here? Okay, so how many agility dice do you have? 5. Okay. So maintaining the spell, casting, maintaining mana, preparation time. Gathering the mana to generate the spell effect is only half of preparation. Okay, we're back here still. We're gathering the mana. Rate of a rate of 2 is immediate. Are you supposed to be gathering your casting stat worth of spells? There's MP for each dice of their mana gathering skill. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. But that's probably the same. Presumably you have 5 dice in your mana gathering skill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all agility unless that doesn't work for you.
You can gather the full amount once per turn without risk, and you'll take a level of exhaustion after doing it for 10 turns. Or you can gather more faster, but then you have to make checks and you get wounds and stuff like that. So, but 5 dice is pretty large amount since I said the base was 2. So if you cast it with 5 dice, you'd end up with, like, I guess, a +3 dice, which is pretty crazy. So you don't need to make a check for that. You automatically do it, but it does take the action. Once per turn. And does it take your entire turn? Yes, I think it does. Let's see. What happened in my example? Okay. It's your first action to generate mana. Blah, blah, blah. Second action to prepare the spell, making the modifier to cast 0. Because there was some complexity to it. But there is no complexity to your... Well, there is. There's like... tricky. It's the casting time here. Setting the pattern. Difficulty on how complex the spell is. Made against the relevant magical skill. If you can aim and get a bonus dice. A caster can spend up to 3 additional rounds preparing to add up to 3 dice. Alternatively, you can make a snapshot, losing 1 dice to cast without preparation. Okay. So, you could roll 4 dice against the tricky, which is a 4. You could roll 5 dice, but you'd have to do it next round. Or you could spend more time getting more dice to prepare.
No, I'll roll the 4 for the faster.
Alright, snapshot it is.
Okay, so that's my... Is this my mana ability or my body control ability that I'm rolling?
This is the body control ability.
Okay, so they're D8 space. I only get 4 of them, you said. And 4 is my target?
Only 4. Yes, 4 is your target. Alright, so you meet the target. So you have successfully cast the spell. You are temporarily at, let's say, +3, right? Because 2 was base and you had 5 dice. So +3D to a dodge or attack for the next round.
Sweet.
Glad we worked our way through that. Alright. Oris, he's like, I cast magic.
Well, you know, if I thought magic was a good option in this situation, but I feel like it would be much more realistic to just kind of like panic and stab wildly at this thing.
Works.
I feel like if I can still do stuff while stunned, that's kind of like a panic. And I think I rolled 1 too few dice actually on my dodge. I forgot that if it's a specialty that I get 1 more dice.
You could have dodged.
Maybe.
I mean,
Should I roll
probably
one
not.
more- should I
Yeah,
roll
sure.
one more D10 just in case?
Roll the d10 just in case.
Just in case, because it should have been 1 more in total.
No, okay. The consequences are dire, so we'll make sure you get that chance. Okay, so you've used your secondary action, which means you still have your primary action, which can involve moving and doing whatever. I mean, probably stabbing back, but you could stab back and run away, or you could run away and pull a lever or something. I don't know. You could go hide behind a tree.
Well, as curious as I am about that lever, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to try and stab this kitty.
All right.
I think at this point it's going to be like 2d10 attack. I think so, because it should be 5d8s, but I'm down to 3 because of my massive negatives from being mauled in the leg, so 2d10s. Okay.
Sounds right.
Alright. Haha, it's a 9.
Aha.
See how you like the 9.
The cat attempts to dodge. It does not succeed. It's now out of actions, by the way, as are you, but see where you hit it.
That's a D8 for the location? Okay. 7.
Right in the 7, not the 7. Where's my little guy? There's a picture of a little guy with numbers on him to tell me where to hit. There he is. A 7. Oh, that's the chest. That's a pretty good place to hit.
Nice.
And it inflicts a nasty wound. Because you're using a dagger with no adjustments. Which will stun it, so it'll have a -1 stun now.
Alright.
You got revenge.
So I'm totally out of actions. I can't, like, prepare an action.
Ah, that's it now.
That's
Dodged
essentially
and attacked. Except movement. You could move with your primary action here if you want. There are attacks of opportunity, but it is also out of actions.
Alright, I'm just gonna kind of stumble backwards at a walking speed.
Okay,
And I'll be done.
it works. Read.
So I'm sorry. The movement, it's your agility, but is it like I have 1 agility? I was just thinking that's just number of meters equivalent to your agility, so I can move 1 meter per turn, or is it 1d8?
No, it would be 1 meter per turn, but you are normally jogging during combat, so you can move up to 4
Right.
times it. So 4.
Okay.
I think it uses your reflex, not your agility, right, Cody?
Yeah, it would be reflex.
Which is where?
Right under your toughness. So it'll be all your stats, and then it'll be toughness and reflex just underneath that, but above your skills.
Probably just agility anyway, but let's see.
Like on the combat character sheet, I guess, or no?
Sorry, that's in my character creator side. I don't know.
Oh, right, in the character creator. Oh, here it is. Yes. Okay. Toughness normal, reflex 2d8. So, but my movement is my agility, or no?
No, so you get to move 2 a turn naturally. But in combat, since we're jogging anyway, it's ×4, so you can move 8 spaces a turn.
I see. Now, are we sure about that? Because here in the book, it says jog multiplier ×2.
Does it? I remembered wrong. Okay, so it's ×2.
Yeah, you can run as ×4, but then you get a one die negative to your actions or something.
All right, nice call.
Are you sure that we didn't see that we get to run really fast?
Someone with their arms out behind them?
Come on. This should be something that Cody's discovering at like the 4-month mark. You're making this too easy, Cam.
It's Naruto run.
You can move 2 meters. Sorry, is it each square is a meter?
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Jog ×2, run ×4, but -1, and sprint ×6. You can't do anything.
So if Reed laid down, he'd be like 3 squares.
I guess so.
No, it's never come up. All right, can I hold my action to defend myself if the cat comes within reach of me?
Yes, you can do that.
All right, that's what I'll do.
Okay, so you're going to stay there, and you're holding your action to attack it if it comes close?
Yeah, Reed will sort of really slowly clamber to his feet and, like, pick up his hammer.
I was going to ask, what are you wielding? You're going to wield the sledgehammer?
Yes, the sledgehammer.
All right.
Which I'm hoping you'll count as a club, because that is my specialty.
Yeah, it's definitely a club of some kind.
Okay, I have that flavored as a hammer since he's a blacksmith.
Let's see, weapons. Well, I guess we can cross that when it comes to it, but it's for sure some sort of club. It's probably a club huge. That's probably what it is. Which makes its damage strength +1. Long reach.
Long reach meaning it can go 2 squares?
Nope, it just gives you advantage on the reach, which
Gotcha.
plays into how hard it is to fight.
Okay. Yeah, well, so I'll just hold my action and just swing at the cat if it comes near.
Katrin, are you our hero?
It's not my guard duty shift.
We'll see. So, I'm guessing each one of these squares is 5 meters.
No, it's like a meter. Yeah.
Okay, so I can easily kind of go up and stab it with my spear.
I imagine so, unless you're super slow.
What's your reflex stat?
What's my reflex stat? Reflex stat. Would that be in character?
I found it easily in character creator. It just kind of automatically calculated it out.
Where is it on the character sheet?
Your
Can't
toughness.
be right. Only 1d8. Or is it toughness?
Nope, it's your reflex.
Reflex is 2d8. Comes from the character creator. It's
Does it have anything to do with my...
Spirit or something?
D15. It's demon.
Oh, it's
No,
demon, that would
it's
explain
not.
it.
No.
Yeah, it's demon.
Another demon win! Go!
Sorry, demon gives you your reflex?
Yeah, demon gives you your reflex, and thus how fast you move is tied to how much of a demon you are.
Who would take spirit and want people to like them when you could be fast as fuck?
But you don't need to roll on it. You could just walk that many squares. So you can walk 1 times
Oh.
2. So 2. You can jog 2 squares, or you can go faster if you run. But then you take a -1d to whatever you're trying to do.
I'm just going to walk up to it and stab it.
All right, you walk up to it and stab it with a spear. Okay.
Stabbing is the what?
It would be melee, and the specialty would be like pole arms, I suppose.
Oh God, where do I find that? There, 3.
I didn't take a melee skill. Spear. This is a wooden spear.
Ooh-ja.
Okay. Well, it doesn't have any ability to defend itself anymore. So all you have to do is just like beat easy, which is 2. So you walk up and poke it with your spear, creating a nasty wound. Although, before you do that, knowing how easy it's going to be to hit it, you do have the option to sacrifice a dice to make the damage that much worse. So if you roll 2 dice, then you would get a grievous wound. And if you roll 1 dice, then you get a grim
I
wound.
already rolled 3.
I'll let you re-roll them if you would prefer to do more damage. It's because the nasty wound, it's already got a nasty wound. It's stunned. That's all it's going to do. You need a grim to take it out, or a grievous. Yep, so you'll hit it. It went down to 2. So you do a grievous wound. Roll d8, see where. In the right leg. All right. And a grievous wound to the leg is not going to incapacitate it, but it certainly won't be good. Down to my trauma again. Bones, fractures, accumulated trauma. Yes, stun, -1, grievous, -1. Penalty, wound, movement, fatigue, recording wounds, KO, stun. Yeah, stun is your -1 for a round. Frail is stunned even by superficial wounds. Normal is stunned by nasty or worse. Hard only by grievous and grim wounds. Knockout is its own weird thing. A grim wound to the head or torso, and all mortal wounds incapacitate. Okay. Yes. So no, that's not gonna take it out, but it will certainly hurt it. And the nasty wound isn't a -1d consequence. That's good. That's good to know. But the grievous wound is. So it's at -2.
I think that's my turn.
You do have a secondary action, but you can't use it to do anything that involves stabbing things with the hand you just used, so I'm not sure what you would use it for. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm good with that being my turn, I think.
Yes. So a lot of it has to do with like ranged attacks and stuff. You could do something with that, but you're not dealing with
yeah.
that. Alright. Okay, I guess that brings us... Oops, I haven't been moving through the people. Horus, Reed. Why are you not moving through my turns? Where are we? What's going on? Razius, Horus, Reed, Katrin, and back to the cat. Alright. So there's a variant where you can do initiative every round, but I don't really feel like it unless you guys really do. Do you want to do initiative every round? Keep it crazy?
It's demon based.
Alright, for this combat anyway, we won't. We'll talk about it next time. Alright, the cat will... It suffered, what? A nasty wound to the chest and a grievous wound to the right leg. Right front leg, we'll say. So it is going to attack once more. It's going to try and finish... Oh yeah, no, Horus backed off, so it can't eat him. It's going to snap back at Katrin, who tried to attack it.
It's over for you, Katrin. Haha, because it's a cat? That's
Go for
cute.
my throat.
Oops, forgot to do the K1. So it's going to get a 6 to hit, which will hit unless you dodge or parry or block. Dodge it is.
What do I roll for that? Agility?
It's melee unarmed, in case you have the unarmed specialty. Otherwise, yeah, melee. Melee it is.
A weapon types unarmed, yeah. Okay, but it doesn't give me a modifier or anything. This is weapon types. So yeah, I don't think I have it.
Trying to beat a 6. Not good, not good.
No, I'm dead.
Alright. 7. I think the 7 was the chest, unfortunately. Let's see. Far too many tabs open. 7 is the chest. So it inflicts a grievous wound on the chest. So it leaps up and just claws your chest and then fucking books it. But because in order to book it, it needs to leave both your and Razius's spaces, you could attempt to interrupt it if you want. So if you try to interrupt it, what'll happen is you will have a reflex off with it. And if you win the reflex, then you get to do something before it leaves. And if you lose the reflex, then you lose an action trying to do something that you missed.
We can't let it get away. crazy cat lady must not rule the woods with her overly large house cats that come out and kill people. Which I'm assuming is what's going on.
Clearly.
Yeah, I guess I'll try and roll one of my dice. Guess my reflex is bad.
So you're going to try and interrupt? Okay. All right. Oh, it occurs to me, I forgot to take into effect all of the issues this cat has. It should not have rolled 3d10. It would have been at -2 because it took a grievous wound and is stunned. Oh, sorry, it should only have 1d10. So let me roll that again, just down to 1d10. Okay, 3. So you dodge it.
Good.
2. So you shouldn't have taken that damage. So no damage. You dodge the attack, and then it attempts to leave, and then, yeah, sorry, I forgot to give it all its modifiers. And then it'll reflex off with you to see if you can get it before it leaves. And you do. You manage to do what you want to do before it leaves, which I'm assuming is an attack.
Yes.
All right.
My 3d8 again? Agility or just reflex?
It's your melee for attack. An 8. It will use its secondary action to attempt to dodge, and it will not be successful. So, you hit it. D8 to see where? 1. That's the left leg. You got the other leg. And this is the spear, right? Okay, and you didn't adjust it, so this is a nasty wound to the other leg. Right. I feel like this has surely reduced its movement. Don't know what the effective rule is for it, but it must have damaged its ability to move. It would be madness if it didn't.
Three-legged cat. It's very disapproving.
Well, I guess it's at -2 anyway, so it would only be like 1. So it completes its move action, moving its 2.
This is why Disney has focus groups.
Unless, of course, Razius also is trying to interrupt it.
To prevent this sort of offensive content.
Is Razius also interrupting? Or are you going to wait and then chase it down?
I'll try and interrupt it.
Yeah, right.
That's just an attack roll?
It's a reflex.
Reflex. Do I have a target at all, Cody, or do I know?
It's contested, so it will be a 3. Yeah, you interrupt, so you can do what you want again before it manages to move its 2 squares.
Okay, I'm gonna stab it.
All right. Now this, of course, is your empowered stab, thanks to your spell. So add your extra 3 dice to whatever ridiculous amount of dice you had already.
5, so I'm at D8.
You're at 8.
What's the highest I can scale to?
D12.
Okay, 6d12?
Yeah, now of course, I should mention to you that it's not going to be able to dodge because it's already dodged, it's out of actions. So you have to hit a target of 2. So you might want to use some of those dice to make your attack deadlier or to target a specific location.
How deadly can I make it?
You can make it up to mortal. So that would be... Where are you now? What are you using for a weapon?
Wooden spear.
Right, the wooden spear. So the wooden spear is a nasty. So it has to go grievous, grim, mortal. So that'd be 3.
Okay, I'll drop 3 to go to mortal.
All right.
Still gives me 3d12.
Can I interest you in a targeted strike? No? All right. Yeah, you hit it. So roll to see where you hit it with a mortal wound.
And that's just a d8.
7. That's a leg again. The legs, man. I figure that's probably effectively severing the leg, but a mortal wound incapacitates the creature. So you stab its leg so hard that it is completely unable to move, and it just falls on the ground, kind of writhing in agony as it's bleeding out, which ends our combat.
Razius won't like seeing it suffer, so he'll attempt to just stab it in the throat if that's a non-combat action.
Yeah, you can just finish it. You do so, and in 4 seconds, this battle is over. Maybe 6. I think it was 3 second round, so 6 seconds.
It was 4 armed men versus the Lynx.
It was.
Bound to go fast one way or the other.
But
I'm gonna look back at Oris.
Oris got the worst of it, so now we can resolve his trauma.
Took a bit of a hit there, Oris, did ya?
Got me in the leg.
So
Want me to take a look? Not bad. I've seen my share of injuries.
Really? I've dealt with them myself, but I'm nothing special when it comes to medicine. I pull up my rags or drop trowel. I mean, depending on, I don't know what the rags are like or where the wound is.
I feel like it ripped up your pants probably on the legs, so you'd probably pull it up. But let's see what the wound is, and then we'll know.
Like, I'm not going to pull my pants down if it's below the knee, because that would be weird.
Indeed.
But I'm not going to try and hike it up if it's, like, by my crotch, because that would seem really weird, too.
Agreed. Okay, let's take the roll and see what happened here. So this is a grievous wound to the leg with a pierce. So I need a D or D6 actually, either way. I don't know why it gave us 2 options.
Now I'm wondering which one's better.
Well, there's 6 options. So
Oh, okay, well, do the D6.
this is pretty similar. 3.
Well, I just realized the D10 probably doubles up on some less bad ones.
It
Oh,
does, it does, but that's a pretty good roll anyway. Okay, so the wound, you have been pierced deep into the upper thigh, so I guess the drop and trow.
Alright.
And it immediately starts bleeding. And the femoral nerve has been damaged, and you have moderate bleeding. So let me jump back up here to bleeding, which will be your immediate problem. Immediate trauma. I suppose you'll need a diagnostic to determine exactly what's wrong with you, but hole in the leg seems pretty straightforward.
Fair.
Worse than I thought. I gotta sit down.
Just lay on your back. Reed, if you could hold his leg up so that it's elevated. I'll take a peek. We'll see if we have to,
What?
Okay.
about it. It's just basic survival, right? Of course,
thought-
if you're going to be a liability, then I mean. But I'm confident I can save the leg or the man.
Yeah.
At
I
least
hope-
the man.
Comes over and
tightly.
lies down next to RS, and then picks up RS's leg and puts it up on his side. On the side of the body. To go back to
One
sleep.
strange way that you could do that, Reed, of course.
He's going
Hang on.
back to sleep, Razius.
No.
So it's a moderate first aid check to stop the bleeding. Oh, sorry, the
I
moderate,
have,
not moderate, sorry.
I can do the thing where I put like some cloth and apply pressure.
Sure. I have healing, Cody, and my specialties in it are speed mending and long-term care. I think long-term care is probably relevant here if I'm trying to just stop infection. I think that would be the worst.
Well, I would
I
think
think
the
that would be my
long-term
goal.
care would be to, like, recover it over, like, once everything's stabilized. You would think it would be, like,
Yeah, I mean, I just don't.
first aid
His,
or
uh,
ER or something. Right?
His idea would just be like to prevent like this being a permanent injury or being a reoccurring like disease or something. No gangrene.
Well, we're going to have, I think, 3 different things we're going to have to deal with here. You're going to have to deal with bleeding, shock, and then the wound itself. So I suggest we start with stopping the bleeding, but that's just a suggestion.
Yeah, I'll go with stopping the bleeding.
Yeah, so everyone wants to make the medical check.
I've got 3d8s and healing.
I've got however many D4s it is for that stat.
Okay, what's my target, Cody?
A 4.
This.
That is a marginal
Wow.
failure.
That is unlikely.
I'm not sure that's how you. Ow!
Well, I'm sorry. I'm used to fixing up, tough gladiators. You're twitching, man. Can you stop twitching and moaning for a second?
Here, let me try.
I wonder what a marginal
Whatever
failure looks like there. He just
I
barely
tried.
bleeds to death. He almost made it, but he didn't.
Can I try now?
Yep, alright. You managed to stop the bleeding.
Do you put your hands here?
Right. I suppose if you have great big clumsy oaf hands like you, then sure, you can just close off the whole wound. I'm sorry I was born with beautiful pianist's fingers.
Guys, if you
What
could
fingers?
dial back the witty banter, some of us are trying to sleep.
Okay,
Not bad, Reed.
shock from bleeding starts at stage 1. And it'll depend how long it takes to fix the bleeding before it progresses. But you fix the bleeding pretty quick. So you've got stage 1 shock. Cold, clammy skin, pale, shallow, rapid breathing, and often anxious or giddy, accompanied by weakness and blurred vision.
Someone get this man a blanket. Stab.
Exactly.
I'll put my marmot skin over him. There you go.
Covers a bit of me, I guess. There we go.
All right. Reed will move in a little closer and become the big spoon while still keeping the leg elevated.
Okay.
There you go. We're gonna be fine.
Some blood. So it's a deteriorating condition that gets worse unless treated, but you've stopped the bleeding, and so you've got to treat it by making a treatment roll, which would normally be hard, but it's going to be tricky because we have pretty advanced knowledge of medicine in this world. Yeah, again, a 4 to try and, elevate the legs and put a blanket on and stuff.
Is that healing roll again?
Yes. All right, good to go. So that is an exceptional
Here's the stage
success.
I'm good at. Put this blanket on. Bitch less. Don't die in your sleep.
Stage, if the patient is treated, one by one. One by one over the following hours or days, depending on the severity and the treatment. Interesting. All right. Now, what was the wound itself?
Nasty.
Grim. What was the description of it? It
I
was.
think it was nasty.
It was grievous, I believe, but it was pierces deep into the upper thigh.
That does sound pretty
Yeah.
grievous.
Femoral
Grievous,
nerve
yeah.
has been damaged. So you gotta go to the legs and see what that means. I see why we don't do this in the middle of combat. Where's my page numbers? God damn it. Oh, there they are. 37, 38.
That's good.
Severed leg. No, we don't have that. That's good news. Ankles, tendons. Femoral artery. Arteries. Foot. Nerves. Damaged femoral nerve. The leg is weak, numb, and often in pain. Knee is especially weak, which makes walking up or down stairs, steep hills, and climbing in general more difficult. The knee will be numb and have difficulty locking when the leg is fully extended, and so be unstable. Balance, climbing, and similar actions involving use of the knee get a -1. When running faster than a jog, increased risk of falling. You gotta make a roll to not fall. Long leg braces and other leg supporting equipment can help. The nerve will heal, but often surgery is required to repair the damage and remove clotted blood, bone fragments, or otherwise relieve the nerve of unwanted pressure. Untreated continuous damage to the nerve results in what is effectively a severed femoral nerve.
Yeah,
If no surgery is attempted, well, you guys might be attempting surgery, right?
Might we?
I don't know. You don't really have any equipment for it, but let's say if no surgery is attempted, let's go with that first. Roll a D100. So give me the D.
We've got like one shitty peasant dagger.
True. Fire and water.
This will mess around with your knee.
No, okay. So give me a D100. Actually, the odds are pretty good. This won't be bad. So, okay, it will heal normally without surgery.
Is this where my long-term care comes into effect?
Sepsis in medieval ages is impossible. You just kind of go with the symptoms and go, oh, yeah, your leg's fucked. Treatment and surgery. Yeah, medieval, there's nothing that you can do about it other than let it heal.
Well, I've seen this. This is fuckered leg.
What you need to do is cut the leg off the cat that bit you, boil it up into a stew, and eat it. That'll fix your leg.
You know, leeches always seem to work just fine. 100 or so leeches cured by morning. Or dead. I've seen that too.
In extreme cases, you remove the leg because then the fuckering goes with the leg.
True.
And I think the only other thing we gotta worry about is infection. And then we'll talk about how long it'll take. But your leg is gonna be fuckered there for a while.
And at least we have clean running water here. That's pretty good for.
Okay, infections.
I guess I would know about infections because of our advanced medical knowledge.
Yeah, so we know about bacteria and viruses, sanitation, sanitary surgery, infection, that kind of thing.
So wait, do we have microscopes or do we just kind of know something like that exists?
We don't have microscopes. We just know that there is such a thing. It's like the miasma theory, but not stupid. Actually based on what should be there.
Like if they got that theory right.
Yes.
Without, okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I think I might spend some time building up magic to heat up my knife and then cauterize the wound.
All right. Okay. Still looking
I don't
for
know
the
if I need to
infection.
roll, because I'll just do it until it works.
Wetted bones, shattered bones, bleeding. Okay, we dealt with the bleeding. Dealt with the shock. Infection. There we go. A direct infection risk. Any trauma that penetrates or breaks the skin carries a risk of direct infection from bacteria invading the open wound. Okay. If the wound is treated successfully, there's normally no infection. So I think that's the one more treatment we need to do is to treat the wound, bandage it up kind of thing. And if the wound is not treated successfully, there's potentially infections, and then infections can get worse and it goes bad places. But you've let's see. Infected wound does not start to heal until the infection is cured. Okay, where are we here? If the wound is not treated successfully, an attribute roll determines if the wound becomes infected. Easy for superficial, blah, 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 blah. No, I think you're good. I think you've successfully treated it. So, you've treated the bleeding well, treated the shock. The rest is just going to have to heal on its own. So the bottom line from all of that is you have negative 1d to stuff that involves your knee until that gets sorted, which is going to take a while. Where's the healing anyways?
Only too late do I realize how useful healing magic would have been in this game.
Yeah, everybody took magic, but nobody took healing magic.
It's like a classic mistake.
My first hint should have been that there wasn't any hit points.
Yeah,
I didn't play it out.
that's a bad sign when there's no hit points, it's true. But how do you find out what happens? Well, if you hit, you're dead.
This whole area here, that's the kill zone.
Alright, 50 for healing. Wage 128. Just waiting for my file to load. 552, that's too far. 150 healing. Difficulty for healing a wound starts, right, so you're gonna make your attempt to heal it, to treat it on a regular basis. It starts as easy, 1 for each level of severity. We're a grievous, so it is a hard. Only a single roll is made to treat a wound, and the type of trauma inflicted determines the specialty it applies. Successfully treated wound stops bleeding and removes the negative 1d minimum for fractures. Okay, yeah, so we need to make one more roll. So we rolled to stop the bleeding, we rolled to deal with the shock, and now we need to roll to treat the wound. So who wants to try and do that? Probably long-term care guy, because that would be the proper specialty, I think.
So that's my medicine check once more.
Yes, and you get an extra dice because it's a specialty.
Let's go. What's my target?
Your target is hard, which is 6, I think. Hard is a 6, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna upcast it to 3d10. Hope for the best. Why didn't that do a thing? Cody, why didn't it do it?
I don't know.
Do the thing.
I see you're typing. 10! Alright, that's an exceptional success.
Let's go! Rassius is passionate about food and healing.
Successful treatment can reduce the healing time and even reduce the wound severity on an exceptional success. Multiple healing attempts can be made by the same or different healers, but each time the difficulty gets increased by 1. A marginal success almost. On an exceptional success, the wound severity is immediately reduced by 1. So, in this case, grievous to nasty. And the healing time is reduced by 2 weeks for each severity. This doesn't change your post-trauma problems, and it won't bring somebody back to life, of course. But it also prevents chronic fatigue from bleeding. Yeah, nice. So what is your healing time? Why did it give me all that information but not the time to heal? There it is, healing time.
Forgot to rub some dirt in it. That should speed things up.
It would have taken you 4 weeks to get back to nasty, but because of the exceptional healing skill, you're already nasty wounded. And now it's going to take another 3 weeks to get back to superficial, and then 2 weeks to fully heal. So I'm going to note that in the journal.
Thank you, Rassius. I think that's better.
We'll tell. You may die in the night, or still need to be amputated at some point, but, you know, those are the whims and woes of fate.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. At least the other one got it worse than me.
It's true. Reading Cat tonight. Tomorrow, I guess. Reed might be eating all of us if we don't get back to sleep.
That sounds like a good idea. To sleep, I mean.
So I'm guessing I can take pressure off now.
Yes. Yeah, it's all bandaged up now. Using, I don't know, rags that you had, I guess. Which you presumably boiled because, you know, you had an exceptional success. It would be stupid if you didn't.
I said that in character.
Oh, okay.
We boil it.
You have a fire, you got water, you got a bowl-shaped rock.
Yeah, my bowl-shaped rock. Okay, I would have boiled it with my bowl-shaped rock. I knew the bowl-shaped rock would come in handy. Let's go.
Already paid for itself.
Alright, there you are. It's the middle of the night. Poor Oris is not having the best, but no one else was injured, so that's good. And there's a dead cat lying a few feet away.
I guess I'll stay on watch still, or because it's only been like an hour.
Yeah, so Reed's asleep again. Oris is asleep. Yeah, sure. You finish up your watch without any further incident.
I wake up. Who is next again? I think it's Rassius. I wake Rassius up,
I suppose it's that time, is it? Okay.
and I go to sleep.
Alright, I guess give me the encounter dice. Aiming for something that isn't a 6, unless you want something else interesting to happen.
How about a 4?
Good to go.
I awake, I think it's... Boris?
Are we really going to, though? Or are you gonna take his watch?
Fuck no, what the hell? I'm gonna lean down. I'm gonna shake him awake a little. Hey, Oris, it's your watch. Do you want me to just prop you up against a tree, or...
I don't know if I'll be a good watch tonight.
You know what? I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what I'm thinking. You go back to sleep, and then I'll go and I'll wake Katrin. Katrin, hey, wake up.
Okay.
You know, Oris is really quite injured. It's not fair for him to have a watch, you know? He needs all the healing rest he can get.
You've got a point, I guess.
Right? Good man, good man. And then I'll lay down and go to bed.
All right. Roll the encounter die.
So again, 1v6. There's no cats.
No, it's uneventful. Then I guess Reed, you gonna wake him up for his last shift here?
Yes. Reed, I was wondering if you'd like to take the last 2 hours here.
I'd like to, but I will.
What if he said no? Just Katrin, severely sleep deprived, getting 2 hours of sleep a night.
All right, give me the D6 there, Cam. All right, you survived the night. Morning is upon you, and a fresh new day is dawning. We'll probably leave the tactical mode here and enjoy the brilliance of this forest and day. Today is Xeno Day, December 27th, and it is not notable in any particular way. It's just another day. So, what are you guys going to get up about today?
Where's Xeno?
I'm gonna wake up. I'm going to, I guess, today. How's our stockpile of wood looking?
Good, you've got lots of wood.
Okay. Reed, do you need anything in particular to continue with the building efforts? Do you need any particular resources, or do you need a hand, or?
Just look for food, maybe. I think I'm alright.
Right,
As long as
Food.
I have food.
Fair enough. All right, gentlemen. I mean, you know what? Oris probably isn't going to be wandering around looking for food today.
I check out walking around on my leg first thing in the morning. How
Yeah.
does it seem?
It hurts and it's a little bit unstable, but as long as you walk carefully, you should be okay.
Well, yeah, I'm a little bit worried about actually fighting something if we find it.
You better just help Reed over here as much as you can.
Right. Reed, let me know what supplies I could gather, and if there's anything else you think I might be able to do.
You could probably forage fairly close to home just for berries and mushrooms and such.
That's true. I'll just check back in occasionally after I look around for something.
Sorry, we spoke up. We haven't eaten or anything. Do we have any food left?
Yeah, so you still have a half day of boar left, plus there's like that dead cat lying there that probably could be eaten.
Reed is going to wander off into the woods to relieve himself, and then he's going to go check his traps.
The traps, yes. I don't remember how we were rolling the traps at this point. Okay, just the D6, wasn't it?
I was using my wood crafting to build them, and then I can't remember what my
Yeah, I think you crafted them and they were of a certain quality, and now that determined what numbers on the 6 gets you something.
Well, there goes
Yeah.
Reed again.
Yes, you find another critter got trapped, a squirrel.
Just be glad you're not some small mammal in this neck of the woods. Straight down the ogre's gullet.
Depends on what your limitations are on the definition of small mammal.
True. To Reed, I think all of us pretty much seem squirrel-sized.
That means you guys won't be wanting any of this squirrel then, right? That would be weird for your squirrel people to eat this.
Oh, no, I'm not above eating squirrel.
All right, you have a light breakfast of squirrel.
I'll chef her up.
Squirrel and nothing. No, I don't know. You probably have some leftover roots and crap still.
We should probably eat that boar.
Yeah.
True. Rotate out the oldest meats first. We are smoking everything for what it's worth, Cody, the stuff that we do keep. I'll probably spend my first... What do we call these? Acts?
Watch.
I'll spend my first watch butchering and preserving the cat.
Okay.
All that entails, I'll separate the bones, get all the meat, smoke the meat, scrape the skin so that it's whatever.
Yeah, that sounds like a solid 4 hours of work.
I'll set aside the claws and such to maybe bring special attention to Reed of them. I'm not sure if your little maul or mace or whatever you're building the club might use a little bit of natural point.
With the claw from the cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might be able to use these for something anyway.
Ors can attest they're quite an effective weapon. Oh, I would have taken the knife from you for that too, Ors. For no particular reason. I now have the knife.
I'll want that back when you're done.
I mean, let's think about this logically, right? This is the best weapon that we have should it come to another fight, and it's quite hard to say that you'll be on the front lines if another cat comes and attacks us tonight. I held it for you until you're back to your full strength.
If we are attacked, I'm gonna need that knife. More than you.
Spear has some range, you know? Something to be said about that when you're laying on the ground.
Reed is going to spend his first act, or his first whatever watch. And he's going to search around the area looking for any kind of sharp rock that might, again, any kind of like a sharp rock or like a rock that looks like it could be broken down into into a sharp point. If it was kind of a slate type rock or something like that, some kind of rock that looks like it might be a good candidate to make an edged tool out of.
Right.
Basically looking to make an axe.
Sounds good. So you'll make your survival check, I guess, to try and find it?
Right, which
will be hard. 6.
We're near a riverbed, right, Cody? Couldn't you look for
a creek? Yeah.
Mhm.
There is a river, but it's about a half day away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely check the creek bed and potentially for rocks in there that maybe if I put them in the fire might break or something like that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Rocks from the riverbed. Sorry, so survival, which is what is that? Wisdom or is that cunning?
I believe, yeah.
Okay, so 1, and I don't have it, so that makes it a D4, right?
Yes, cunning D4s. But your target is 6, so you're going to want to scale that up to at least D6.
I cannot because my cunning is only 1.
This bodes poorly.
Sadly, I was never able to.
If you rolled all 6s on your 1 die, then you would get a +2, so you would beat it. Or sorry, all 4s, I mean.
Okay. So sorry if I roll it.
If you roll a 4, because of the critical success rules, you'll succeed.
Big money.
I'm surprised Reed isn't all that cunning.
No, he's not. He's wise in unexpected ways. If he was more cunning, he probably wouldn't have got framed for that whole breach thing.
That's true. All right, what's Katrin doing?
I am on the hunt again.
On the hunt. All right, give me a survival, see what you find.
Yeah, I don't have survival again. It's the one I don't have. So what did I do before?
Cunning D,
Right.
which you can scale, of course. The difficulty is 2. With the 2, you'll find something, but, the better you roll, the better it'll be. You got a 4 cunning?
I got a 2.
Should be 2d4 then.
Oh, 2D.
2d4 or 1d6, yeah. I get why, because that's an attribute check, would be a d8. But untrained skills, d4. Okay, yes. You managed to locate a group of quail.
Yay!
You're
Can I
trying.
just throw rocks at him?
Yeah, I'm willing to accept. You could just roll melee and catch some quail based on. We'll say it's like I don't know, tricky 4.
And so my 3D8.
They're dumb as shit, I can assure you. So
It's true. So if you at least get a 4,
God, I didn't get a 4.
get a normal failure. Oh, not even a marginal failure. If you had a 3, it would have been a marginal failure.
Yeah.
But you get a normal failure. So somehow you manage to scare all of the quail away and end up chasing them off into burrows and up trees and such.
I guess on my way back, I kind of just forage.
All right, give me a survival check on the foraging on the way back. Find a little something. 4. Yeah, you managed to forage up some more of the food that you were learning is edible and, better than some of the other foods that you foraged, having now eaten a few. So you bring back a little bit of foraged food. And what does Razius do? Oh no, Razius doing the cat.
Yeah.
All right. So that takes us through to around lunch. Or did I? No, what did I do with Horus?
I'm off foraging.
Right. Give me the forage.
What was forage again?
Survival. Difficulty 4.
Okay, so 3d4.
2d6.
1d8. Oh, I'm big money. I'm risking it all. Ah, shit.
As a marginal failure, you find some food and stuff to eat, but it is not very good.
Pretty sure you can eat this.
Yeah, sorta. You can eat it. It probably won't poison or kill you, but
Like this middle part of the grass here.
yeah, it's marginally edible.
That part's edible, but you gotta get this part off.
Of questionable nutritional value, but it'll help fill you up.
Alright, well, if I don't eat it all while I'm just like, wandering around, I'll bring the rest of it back.
All right. You bring the rest of it back. So you bring back a moderate quantity of really crappy forageables, and Katrin brings back a small quantity of good forageables.
Can you eat acorns? I mean, I see squirrels going for them.
I mean, it might not make you feel so good. You might be worse off with your leg and all like that, but I don't know. It might actually make it better.
Well, I guess we'll put this in the emergency auxiliary backup.
Good.
All right. What are you going to turn to for your afternoon? Early afternoon, that is.
Cody, it occurs to me, I have a skill academic lore, and my specialty is geology.
All
Can I
right.
use that to find a rock?
Yeah, fine. Use that in your search for a rock. It seems highly appropriate.
All right. And sorry, what's the target again?
It was 4, I think. Or no, it was 6, wasn't it? Because you had to get like a 4 to get it.
Okay, so it was 6. Sorry, so it was 6. Okay, so I have
6.
4d6, 5d6 because it's my specialty. So then I'll make it 8, I guess. No, wait.
The odds are good. Yay! All right, you do find your sharp rock for a blade. That is a normal success. So you find what you're looking for.
Cool. I'm going to take it back to camp and look to attach it to one of those spears. I'm going to attempt to fashion some kind of axe.
All right. Do you have some sort of crafting roll? Weapons craft?
Yes, I'm crafting a specialty in wood, so I don't know if I can use that since the handle is wood. All right.
Yeah, seems believable.
What's my target here?
I feel like this is probably easy, so too. How hard could it be to attach a sharp stout rock to a stick? Yeah. All right, an exceptional success. You managed to craft a poor quality axe.
Excellent.
It's only poor because of the materials. The craftsmanship is good.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, then. I'm going to start looking for trees to chop down. I'm looking for trees that are not ridiculously big. Be like, I remember 3 to 4 inches in diameter. I can make like a good sort of like, big fence post type pole out of.
Okay. That's your next goal, is you're going to go out and hunt down some trees?
Chop down some trees, yeah.
All right. How many are you trying to gather?
Well, I would like to. Phase 1 of my shelter plan is to. I basically want to hammer like logs, like big logs into the ground to make like a perimeter.
Okay.
So it should be big enough for all 4 of us to sleep in. And then down the road, I'll add a roof and such as we move along. But for now, we just want a wall around us, keep the cats out.
It's doing something like a 10 by 10 kind of area or something like that.
I think like what is it, 4 of us?
Good
Yeah,
smaller.
like 10 by 10 is probably
It's the bold palisade first strategy.
What does that work out? What is that? 100 square feet? Like is this each 25 square? Yeah.
Well, yeah, like people are more than 6 feet tall, so you got to have it be at least long enough for them to sleep in, right? And then I don't know how wide you are. Probably not that wide. You could probably make it 10 by 5, I guess, if you want to make it smaller, or not on a grid even. But I'm just thinking in grids.
Let's just go 10 by 10. That way we don't have to expand it later.
So it gives you a perimeter of 40 feet at the rate of like, I don't know, what, 3 things a foot. So
3 logs per foot, yeah. So
it's like 120
I'd say
logs.
We want them to be. Let's see. I want the walls to be like at least 8 feet. So I probably want to be able to pound them like a foot, 2 feet into the ground at least. So I'm looking for like 10 foot sort of logs.
All right.
Maybe 8 feet is unnecessary. We'll say 6 feet.
All right. Gathering logs. 6 feet by 4 inches. Need 120 of them.
3 inches. No, 4 inches. Yeah, you're right.
4, yeah. 4 by 3 is 12, yeah.
Yeah.
You can make them 3 inches if you want, but you'll need more logs. Obviously, that's a rough estimate anyway. You're not going to find them all exactly the same. So, sure. I feel like that's probably going to take a few watches, though. So,
yeah.
We'll say you can... Well, why don't we make some sort of roll to see how many you can gather in the watch? The lumberjacking skill of some kind.
Construction or...
All right, I'll buy construction. I feel like it's a stretch, but sure.
All right. Let's see. So what's my target? Oh, I guess it just depends on...
You'll just, so we'll say the target is 2, but depending how successful you are, you'll get more.
Wrong way.
6. All right, that's pretty good. So we'll say you find 30 of them. during your afternoon of lumberjacking. All right. Who else is going to do something this afternoon?
I will. I want to specifically look for eggs.
Casey, let's go upstairs.
All right. That's
So I'm gonna be climbing trees, looking for nests.
all right. We'll call that tricky survival, I guess. There's lots of birds, so it shouldn't be that hard. But at the same time, you know.
Tricky again. What am I looking at for survival? That was cunning, which I have a 3 in. Cool.
3D 2d6. All right. What did I say that it was a tricky? Was a 4. So that is a marginal failure. So you do find some eggs, but in doing so, you get scratched up by birds, and you take a superficial bird scratches wound to the face. A superficial wound has no practical impact. It'll just take a while to heal.
Is it in my face?
Yeah, I'll give you the D8. How about roll a D8 for location? It's only fair.
Great. It's gonna be the face for sure.
It's straight across your eyeball.
Oh no, it's gonna be something less interesting than your face. Let's see. I think that's the abdomen, but it's my little guy. There he is. Yes, it's the abdomen. You get scratched up in the tummy and the abs. Yes.
You've marred my perfect app. In return, I will eat your young. I will return to this nest every day for the next month. You will never procreate.
So began the saga of Razzie and the bird.
It's here, birds.
But we'll say you managed to
Also
collect a
a
reasonable
radio
amount
show.
of eggs, like, you know, half dozen eggs or something.
When I march back to camp, I look upset. I'm making a bow. Priority 1.
Another wildcat?
No, worse. I can dodge a damn cat. Birds got me while I was pilfering their eggs.
Do I need to?
You're really quite lucky that you only had to deal with a cat. Cats are slow, easy to dodge. Birds, though, fast.
Frozen.
There were a couple. There were several. Turns out animals don't like when you eat their bird. To be treated like a mongoose. Nature really doesn't have any proper hierarchy at all. Disgusting.
Here you are with the eggs, though.
True. I was craving eggs.
But you didn't bring back the bird's body?
Well, I let it live. Us gladiators, we have a policy. If you draw blood on us, then you've technically won the fight, and there's no point in killing them at that point, right? It did draw blood, so...
I thought you meant so it could make more eggs, but that makes sense too.
Right, and there is that. There's a practical... There were multiple reasons that I didn't kill that bird, which I easily could have, right? True.
And I should probably roll to see what I can forage up.
You going foraging again?
Yes.
Alright, go for it.
All I can reasonably and safely do.
We're still tricky for
I'll go 2d6.
big man. Double sixes! So that is a crit. And when you get a crit, by having all the best number you can get, you get +2.
I found this abandoned city. The jerky was still intact.
So that's an 8, which is an exceptional success. You find, something actually good. Like, you find a patch of wild potatoes.
I found this pistol!
Which design, but I think we can get it to work. Alright, well, I pull up all the potatoes. How many potatoes are there, do you think?
Let's give you, say, 20 potatoes.
Shit, well, we gotta replant some of these back at the camp. So in that case, I also add, they may not be eggs, but I found a trove of potatoes.
So you did.
We may have to start sectioning off some sort of a gardening area. I wasn't expecting to be able to start a farm, but we'd be foolish not to.
That's smart sustainability. I'm no gardener myself, but do potatoes have seeds? Surely they must, right?
No, it's the whole potato.
Wait, so a potato turns into a potato? Don't
Well-
you think that would leave a finite amount of potatoes in the world?
Turns into more potatoes.
Wait, wouldn't that just mean that potatoes are multiplying forever and should infest the world?
Oh, no.
Either way, it doesn't sound right.
That's how all plants work, Razzie.
This brings up
I started this by saying I don't really understand plants or
wait a
gardening,
second.
okay?
This brings up a way more concerning issue. Where
What's that?
did the first potato come from?
Well, the gods, obviously.
You know, with the rest of the world, right?
I was thinking about that rather hard,
like
but you're
eggs.
right. It was the gods. That just makes sense.
To be.
I mean, we don't know if they created chickens or eggs first, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. That's just your first generation of chickens, right? They're not going to change or anything.
True.
So,
I'm gonna say that while they're all doing this, I'm trying to still make rope.
Not the rope again. All right. Okay.
I've been doing in my afternoon.
eventually, we'll have D&D levels of rope.
Yes.
Tricky
1,000
crafting.
feet.
Not only for that, but for building and for roping up animals or maybe bad people who kind of mess with us. You know.
Rappelling into caves.
Sure, we could do that too. What do I roll for that again?
Survival. Or no, I guess you could do crafting if you have crafting.
Was it cunning?
It would be cunning, but cunning
Cunning was
D4s.
the- yeah, cunning
Unless
was the
crafting might use wisdom.
crafting.
Dexterity.
I chose language, so.
You can use dexterity D4s if you want.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because it's a crafting.
Dexterity is the same as my cunning, so it's a 2.
All right, you're starting to get the hang of this rope making thing. Yeah, you make some rope. Another, I don't know. Well, we got like 4 hours, so probably a bit. Maybe like a couple feet of rope an hour, so we'll say 10 feet of rope. Which takes us into the evening, your last watch before sleep and the dangers of night.
Fair enough.
I don't think it takes a long time to plant the potatoes. Right? Okay, I was just going to plant like, I guess 3
All of
rows of... I was going to plant like 10 of them. I mean, what do you guys think? Should we plant them all?
I mean, it sounds like infinite potatoes if we do. How long do they take to create more potatoes?
Do we know, Cody? Do I need to roll on my herb lore? I feel like I should have at least a little bit of knowledge of this coming from a poor...
Yeah, I'm gonna call this easy. So yeah, go ahead and make a roll at easy. So
All right, okay. Herb lore is... I'm going to go 2d6. All right.
okay, yes, it takes 3 to 4. Well, actually, our months are a different length. It takes about 90 to 120 days to grow a potato.
Well, and how many potatoes come from one potato?
Well, that's a different question, isn't it?
Like 3 to 4?
It depends largely on planting conditions, I would imagine.
You can expect at least 5 to 6 new potatoes for each potato you plant, according to some
Alright.
guy on the internet. So
It's going to take us more like 4 months, really, to grow these potatoes. But by then, we should have maybe 100 potatoes?
Alright, here's what I'm thinking.
That's a lot of potatoes.
Plant all of the potatoes, and if we ever get hungry, we just dig one up and eat it.
Sounds right to me. Is that how it works?
It's not going to be great, but, that's... Since we're going to be here for an entire year, maybe it would be good to have something, especially... Oh, yeah, how long is it going to be until winter?
well, it's going to be a while at least till winter. It's going to be summer, like next week, but then you got a while.
So we'll get at least 1 crop of potatoes.
Where are we? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, all the way to winter too, not even fall, so 6. Where does winter begin? Winter's Harvest Festival. Where's my winter begins? That's fall. It must begin there. Yeah, you've got about 8 28-day months, 160 days. You got like half a year.
So we can probably get like 2 potato crops. Anyway, I added 20 planted potatoes to my inventory.
So you're going to plant them?
Yes, and I'm going to go out foraging yet again with whatever time I have left.
Yeah, okay. All right, give me another forage.
All right.
Against a 4.
Check this every single time, but I'm going to check it again. Found something.
Yes, a 5, so a normal success. Yeah, you find some reasonable forageables again. Some nuts, we'll say. Some nuts and, I don't know, lettuce.
Ooh, wild lettuce salad. Well, that's me.
All right, what else are people doing for the evening?
It's going to keep on lumberjacking.
Keep lumberjacking? All right, give me another lumberjacking roll.
What was that again? Was it?
It was construction, yeah.
Right, okay.
Oh, an 8. Oh, a triple 8. That's a critical again. So that's a 10. All right. You are particularly successful. You find a nice patch of small saplings that have kind of taken root in a clearer area and are able to cut down a whole bunch. So what you found 30 the first time. So we'll say you managed to get a full 60 this time. So now you have 90. Getting close. Yeah, you're looking for 120.
When I'm done, I'll head back to camp, I guess, in the hopes of finding food.
All right. Katrin,
I'm going to, still keep making some rope here.
more rope. All right, another rope check. All right, another 10 feet of rope. And Razius.
Grazius. How far away is the actual river?
It's a half day, so it's 2 watches.
Okay, Then for today, he will just go out and do a little bit more hunting for his second watch, or for his last watch.
All right, you'll survival. See what you find. At least 2.
Survival was cunning, right? 3.
Right, you find something average.
Wait, that's wrong. Sorry.
Oh.
That should be 3d4s because I'm not trained in it, right?
Okay.
So I'll do 2d6.
All right, you find something moderately good. So you find a badger,
I'm gonna kill it.
Right.
Wait, honey badger or regular badger?
a regular badger,
I'm gonna kill it.
African or American.
Aren't they all kind of dangerous?
North American or European?
God. Yeah, I don't think it's dangerous. We'll give you just a hunt roll if you want. So, like, making a melee roll, and unless you do particularly badly, like an exceptional failure, it won't hurt you.
Okay. What's my target?
Let's see. 4, tricky.
And that's just
A melee.
from it.
Yeah. I assume you have the melee skill. It'd be weird if you didn't.
Oh my god, my melee skill's awesome. Let's go.
Dedicated my life to fighting. How much fighting do you do? Well, none, actually.
But I'm dedicated. 1,000 hours of League of Legends, and I'm not fucking good at that. So it is. There is precedent.
Alright, fair enough. A 10, yes. You easily dispatch the badger with no
Sweet.
risk to yourself.
Beauty. I will bring it back to camp.
Alright.
Tie it up into the tree, and I'll butcher it in the morning, probably. Unless butchering it isn't a particularly time-consuming process.
That's kind of a secondary task, I suppose. So, yeah, we'll say you can butcher it. Maybe not skin it and smoke it and meticulously separate all the bones and stuff, but you can, gut it and so on. Cut it into chunks of meat. Alright. Which brings us to the night. So you guys are going to eat, I assume?
Yeah.
Finish off your boar and wild salad, perhaps? Does Razius want to try and cook something cool with it?
Yes. Yep.
Alright, go for it.
He'll chef something up between all of our herbs and such. What were we doing for that again?
I don't know. What were we
Right.
doing for cooking? That's crafting, I guess, right? But you have the talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were just rolling crafting for cooking, and then I was calling it based on the talent. It would be better, of course. And the difficulty would be lower. It's getting easier. You have some tools now. You've got some reasonable ingredients.
So it says crafting is agility? Is that what we're using? Or, sorry, dexterity.
Dexterity, I think, yeah. Probably good at that anyway.
Dexterous? I think so. Yes, I am. Okay.
Consequently blind, because you can't be both dexterous and have good sight.
Yeah. Does my chef talent add anything to that, or no?
Yeah, sure, we'll give you
Or-
another D. Yeah, why not? We'll call it a specialty.
What's my target?
4. 6. Alright, yeah, normal success. You make a surprisingly good dish. Thanks to the talent, that'll, perk it up to being, not just good, but rather good. In an interesting and surprising way. So you're innovative, right? That was the talent?
Yeah.
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 Who would have thought to make lettuce-wrapped badger steaks?
Exactly what I'm doing.
Alright, yeah, so you guys eat another good meal, and that'll be the day, I guess.
I never tried badger and nuts before. It's pretty good.
Right? And the way that the lettuce, it lets the meat sweat directly down into that, it's so good. The juices just kind of absorb.
You can't even tell it's gamey.
Exactly. Delicious. Reed, if you would ever stop to chew it instead of just inhaling it, you would be very appreciative, I'm sure. You're underwater.
Underwater again.
It's letting you know it's 9 o'clock. It's tapping out.
It is 9 o'clock. We can just call it a night. But yeah, good time, everybody.
Wait, Ozzy, I'm gonna need that knife back.
I suppose you probably should have it in case you're attacked in the night, being the most injured.
I'll take it.
Shared camp knife.
A shared Oris knife.
We'll revisit that later.
I'm looking forward to it. But I think I can take a watch tonight. It was actually not bad. Thank you again for helping treat my wounds, everyone. I would have done the same, and I will do my best to make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else.
Absolutely. That's why I had no problem helping you out. In case something actually dangerous showed up that might inflict damage upon my body, I know that you would step in and help me too. Would
Like-
probably have to be something significantly more scary than a lynx or some such, but
Oh yes, like a sparrow.
I'll have you know it was an eagle. You know, some people consider them the kings of the sky.
I think eagles have eggs this small, but I'm not a biologist.
Well, they haven't grown yet, have they? They were fresh.
Ah, yes, of course, the eggs get much bigger. Makes perfect sense.
Have you seen a bird? They're quite a bit bigger than an egg. God, you can tell when people haven't had to go and learn at a ludus before. Quite embarrassing.
I'm sure we'll all learn. We have nothing but time and nature now.
So much time.
So much nature.
It's almost maddening how much time. Just thinking about it. What a long haul. Well, good night.
It goes faster when you craft some rope.
No, I don't think stacking tedious chores on top of things will improve anything. I feel like too many weeks of crafting rope, I would eventually have enough to, you know, make a noose and then that would solve itself.
Why do you think I'm doing this?
Fair enough. Can I roll a mental health check?
It can be either spirit or demon, depending on what drives you.
Yeah.
I'm using my in-depth knowledge of your psychology to bully you harder, not to help. So, demon.
Alright.
Alright, gang.
Great.
We'll see you next Wednesday.
Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.